in your city. City Views, City Views. City Views, City Views. You got love for your city? City Views, City Views. City Views. Oh, City Views, City Views, City Views. Oh, City Views, City Views, City Views, City Views. Oh, City Views, City Views, City Views, City Views, City Views. Oh, City Views, City Views, City Views, City Views, City Views, City Views, City Views. You know,
I think we're up.
are we on? Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, there we are.
Okay.
We were blank for a minute.
Yes. You know, that intro is kind of old. I saw me like the cheekiness in you know.
In my face?
No, in mine. I wouldn't insult you like that on camera.
On camera.
I got respect for you, Coryse. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to another episode of CT Views.
Welcome.
Yes, right.
Welcome back.
Yes, indeed. It seems like between shows, it's only a week, but for some reason, it seems like months go by before we're able to reconnect with you all here at your local cable access channel, Altice 5.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And we're just very happy to be able to bring you some of the great things that are going on here in the Northwest corner and beyond.
And beyond.
And beyond.
And to the rest of Connecticut. So.
Absolutely. So, and you excuse me for the glasses tonight. My allergies are like really, really bad. So, you know, I just kind of like thought I'd be considerate so I wouldn't be looking like Frankenstein up in here, you know, like, you know, or like Coryse hurt my feelings and I was just like sobbing all day or something like that. So, which she's quite able to do at any given moment. Nonetheless, we want to take this opportunity as we open the show. With us tonight, our guest for the show, Casey McKenna. Casey is just a community pillar, a gentleman who I've had the pleasure of knowing for quite some time, had the pleasure of working with on several different occasions. So we're going to be talking to him about the vocal competition that's coming up here momentarily. What is this now, like the 18th annual?
19th.
This will be the 19th year.
That's crazy.
It is crazy, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
19
Wow.
years.
And there's so many great memories, such a great tradition, a history with that, that it's become a gem here in the Northwest corner. So
we have contestants now who weren't born when we started this.
Right. Well,
Wow.
imagine that.
Wow.
Can you imagine? Yeah.
So we're going to be talking about that. But first, we want to give some props to our sponsors who we're just so grateful and thankful to them for their support and who allow us to bring you quality community broadcasting each and every week right here from your local cable access Altice Channel 5. We want to give shout outs to, big city shout outs actually, to Steve Toth Insurance Agency, located 1151 East Main Street. Better protection, better value. He can be reached at 860-496-7771 or at tothins@optonline.net. Mel Brickman and Health Markets, located at 16 McDermott Ave, Suite number 1, Torrington, Connecticut. Better call Mel. He can be reached at 860-307-1128 or at healthmarkets.com/local-health-ins. The Northwest Connecticut Area Chamber of Commerce, located at 59 Field Street, Suite 120. The Chamber is the place to be. They can be reached at 860-482-6586. And last but certainly not least, Dr. Michael Curry, located at 30 Peck Road, Suite 2105, Torrington, Connecticut. Pediatric care for over 50 years. He can be reached at 860-482-8177 or at torringtonpediatrics.com. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. So We got some issues going on back in the control room there. Sounds like somebody's beam me up, Scotty.
I'm hearing a buzzing. I'm not sure what it was. Jacque, you mentioned that we're on once a week every
Yes,
Tuesday, right?
yes.
And only a week passes by, but honestly, like I feel it feels longer. It feels
Yeah, I
much
know.
longer because so many things has happened
Yeah.
between there, from events. I mean, look how many things that flew by in the past week. There was the Strawberry Festival, what else? The Great Art Heist happened. This is dance show season. All the dance schools in the area are putting on their dance performances, their end of year dance performances. I went to one to support a couple friends of mine at the Warner, the Donson
Yep.
dance school. I went
Yep.
to that dance show. And then my students and my classes had a couple of dance shows that for dances, Caribbean dance pieces that I
Yeah, man.
choreographed. So it's been busy, 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 and
Right.
it seems like it's been longer than a week, but it's only been a week.
And I agree with those sentiments, Coryse, and the producer of CTVU's Culture for a Cause, the group that Coryse and I are part of. Our whole philosophy is collective community impact. So we like to do programs, activities, and initiatives that have that reach the community and can help raise awareness for a lot of the issues, especially around arts and culture that exist in our community. So sometimes you just get involved.
Yeah.
And just go, and then the next thing you know is like, where did the time go?
Where did the time go?
So it's definitely those sentiments, but we love it like that, and we love bringing you people here in our community that are doing outstanding service to the community to help build community morale. Because when people feel good about their community, then they engage in their community.
Right.
And in these days and times, it's important that we continue this outreach so that we keep our community strong for months and days to come.
That's right.
So with that being said, our guest tonight on the show, Casey, again, oh my goodness.
You never get to me, Coryse.
Lord. We had to.
He's a man of many words.
We had to create the environment.
Oh, I get it. Okay. I appreciate it.
But Casey, I remember when I first moved to Torrington, and I was talking to a couple friends back home and whatnot, and I was telling them I was so impressed with the Park and Rec department here in Torrington. You guys, it was the first Park and Rec. I mean, you lived in different places throughout the country, but it was the first Park and Rec that I've ever seen that had a car. You had 9 to 5 tournaments, man. It's like, and you'd have like these venues pumped every Friday, Saturday, with people playing, cars and everything. I was like, this is kind of cool, Let's let aside, the football, the softball, and all the other activities. But something else that has emanated from those activities, and that's the vocal contest that
Northwest Vocal Showcase.
Yes.
Now, yes.
Yeah. And you've been a staunch proponent of that. You and Donna Wynn back in the day. Hello, Donna. Shout out to Donna.
She's watching. I talked to her on the way down here.
Oh, okay, great. Man, those were the days.
Weren't they? Do you remember the time you filled in for me briefly at one of our semifinals?
Actually, I was so nervous and anxious that I don't remember it because it just kind of like I just knew I had big shoes to fill. So, Doug, why are you always trying to kiss me, man? Is it my cologne, bro?
Here, take it off the loop. Take it off the loop so I can.
Sounds like please take it off.
So what happened, Coryse, is that it was the night of our semifinal, and before the show, I went up to my daughter Erin's house to have some burgers and hot dogs and cook out, and just kind of chilled out up there for a while, and got in the car to come home with my wife, and I get a phone call through the phone that it's Brett Simmons from Park and Rec wondering where I am.
Oh no!
Because I forgot I was hosting the show. So I arrived. I arrived. I don't know how. Probably 20 minutes into it, maybe. The first few contestants, he couldn't get off of there fast enough. He was like, and as you know, he hosts everything. He did, but he was just like, "Glad you're here. Goodbye." But thank you for filling in that night.
Well, I mean, it's the least I can do.
I've had one of those days, one of those weeks where I've had some like this dance class every Friday night, but it was finally a day that I'm like, it was nice, and I wanted to enjoy outside, and it totally slipped my mind. And at 6:30, I usually teach at 6. At about 6:30ish, are you coming? And I'm like, oh.
Oops.
I don't know how these things happen, but every once in a while it just happens.
I think you were actually judging for us that night, and you stepped up. He was judging the contest, one of our judges. Duties. So he got up and filled in, and then went back to the judging seat where he was much happier.
Yeah, man, because it's like you've been holding it down and everything, and it's just like that's a tough act to follow there, man. But Casey, it's how this has evolved, and especially through COVID. You guys have been able to keep the momentum rolling for this.
Yeah, we did. We're in our 19th year of shows, but we did have 1 year that we took off. We started in 2006, as you know. It was Donna's idea, Donna Wynn's idea. She was our recreation supervisor at the time, and she had the idea to do it based on that other show.
Yep.
That other show whose name we will not mention.
We'll mention it in a minute.
Everybody knows you had the better singers too. So.
And so so she started it, called me up right away, asked me if I'd come and help produce it and host it. And I said, sure. And then I immediately picked up the phone and called my friend Dick Terhune. Do you guys know Dick? He's a voiceover artist who does a lot of plays, and he's on what's he doing now? I don't know, some animated TV series, Transformers, something, one of the Transformers. So Dick came on and helped us get going, and he co-hosted with me for 2 or 3 years before he just got too busy. He couldn't do it anymore, and then we brought other people in every now and then. Tom Shute from WATR came up 1 year and helped me out, and then for a number of years we had Tim Urban, who was he finished in 7th place on that other show, American Idol, in I think their 10th season. And Tim lives in Dallas, but he would come up to the area, do a couple of concerts, and come over and host our show. So we had him for a number of years. And so we had a number of co-hosts. It's been fun doing. I think I'm doing it alone this year, unless something else comes up. And I've done it alone before. But it's fun. We've had Miss Connecticut USA a couple of years ago. So it's fun. But we started it in 2006 as Northwest Idol. And we were a few years into that when we got a cease and desist letter from American Idol saying, we own everything Idol and you can't do that. So we changed the name. That's why we're now Northwest Vocal Showcase. It's been the same show.
It's the same show.
Yeah, it's the same show, same format, and we're continuing it. Recently, we've had a couple of other challenges besides COVID. Last year, for 17 years, we did the show at the Warner. And they were great partners. I can't speak enough about them. They wanted to be community partners, and I think they took a loss every year on the show. Last year they told us they couldn't do it, and so kind of told us late in the process, which I wasn't happy about. So we had a scramble over the last month. Found one of the schools, the middle school, agreed to host us, and so we did the show there. And then for this year, I contacted Jeff Dunn down at the Thomaston Opera House, and they've agreed to take it on. So we're happy to announce that Thomaston Opera House is our new partner, and we're looking for a great show down there. They've been renovating that theater, and it's perfect size. It seats about 500 people. So we're really looking forward to it and getting going on this.
No doubt. Now, when it comes to singers, we're going to take a quick break to check out this Northwest Connecticut phenom. uh, just so proud of her and the work that she's doing. There's not a day that goes by where I don't go to Instagram or one of the other social media platforms and see where her and Dan, her husband, the big band, are globe trotting the world. So the success that they're seeing at this time is pretty unique, and we're so glad that she's made herself available to us for you. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, last year we had the opportunity to meet and talk with Nicole at the Litchfield Jazz Festival, and just want to share a few moments with you at this time from the Grammy Award-winning jazz singer-songwriter Nicole Zaritis. Ladies and gentlemen, the moment we've all waited for, it has arrived. The Queen is here. And without further ado, I'm going to have a deep conversation interview with the Grammy Award-winning Nicole Zaritis. I can't even tell you how proud of you I am.
Thank you so much. You've known me a long time, so you know the struggle.
No, but I remember talking about, this actually happening, like the work that you were putting in at that particular time, performing with, the Torrington Symphony Orchestra and, all that just coming together, culminating in this awesome moment that we're experiencing with you. And, you got on the train and went for a ride, and you took us along with you. We so appreciate it.
It was a long ride.
Long train ride.
Lots of zigzags. Went on a little bypass. Went a couple different routes.
But please share with us, Nicole, what it's been like. This has to be, as humble as you are, this has to be somewhat of a life-changing experience.
Oh, absolutely. It's a mostly validating experience because there's not a lot of validation when you're an independent artist. Most of the time, you're kind of used to the word no being your middle name. Mm-hmm. When you get used to this moment of people saying, good job, you're like, talking to me? But it's been really special because I did it.
Yeah.
Without a label.
Yeah.
Without a machine.
Ooh. Stop it, girl.
I wrote it.
Stop it.
I arranged it.
Stop it.
I produced it.
You sure did.
I paid for it.
You showed. Oh, stop.
With the help of some people, but I raised the funds for it.
Right.
Toured it.
Yeah.
Managed myself for many years, and now I can say, okay, great. Won a Grammy. What's next? Let's level up. Right.
And we're hoping that we can get down to support you in your gigs in the city.
Yeah.
Because what we're doing here in the Northwest Corner in terms of, highlighting the arts and showcasing those artists that are really contributing to creating this environment that hopefully will be welcoming to new artists, and they can share in the endeavors that we're partaking in. But you represent so well, and we've talked about how much being an ambassador to the business is. Not only living, breathing the business, but actually being that presence. And you're such a student of the game. Share with us and talk to us, a little bit about those principles that you stand on each and every day, so that you can be the best artist you can be.
Well, I always say that it's kindness first, and I know that may sound crunchy.
No, not at all.
But most of the connections I've ever had that have moved me to the next level in my career has been through someone that I've met, and it's not often the people you think. They always say don't meet your heroes, because the heroes are going to look through you. It's the people that are working around the heroes that have helped me. It's the people say, oh, you have to be just as nice to the president as to the janitor. I'm going, I prefer the janitor. The janitor knows how to work and how to work for what they need. And so my only advice that I tend to live or hold myself to the standard of is just like be kind to people so that the web that you make is very strong, from the bottom to the top.
You know, and one thing that I admire about you, not only as an artist but as a humanitarian, is your allegiance to the black artists that have made jazz a prominent art form in our culture. And you hold no bones about it. You know, you're very upfront about it. You talk about how those artists have motivated and influenced you. I think it's one of those aspects of artistry that we just cannot disconnect ourselves off from the rest of the world.
Totally.
Talk to us a little bit about how that forms your worldview and how your worldview forms your music.
Well, you know, it's been an important moment for me to remember and to make sure that I keep sharing that Black American music is the reason why jazz exists. It's the reason why rock and roll exists. It's the reason why so much music exists. And as someone who knows the root of jazz, how could you not give it credit where credit is due? And also my favorite artists of all time, they span centuries. You know, I'm a former opera singer too, so I definitely lived in the classical world as well. Yeah. But the bottom line for me is that good music is good music. And speaking the truth and being respectful to tradition and also for where things come from is also very important to me.
Well, I hear the band getting ready to strike it up over there.
I got distracted because I got nervous. I was like, oh crap, I gotta go on stage.
You can't start without her, okay? So we'll release them when we done.
I'm like, I think that was my cue. I'm like,
we only got a minute left with her, all right? You can have the rest of the day. But
I know, I gotta go. Cool. Thank you.
Nicole, thank you so much.
Great to see you.
And
thanks for what you do for the arts.
Anytime. Nicole's a writer. She's going to get off and get ready to set up for the second half of the show. And we'll send you excerpts of it, okay? So you guys stay tuned. Thank you so much for all the crew out there at CT Views. Keep it going. We got you covered. And that was Nicole Zaritis. And we have another interview with her coming up. I'm not sure if we're going to have that ready for next week's show or not, but she was just recently at the Bristol Arts and Cultural Center, and we had a chance to chat with her down there as well. So she wanted to give you an update, let you know what's going on with the career and all that. So we're going to report it back to y'all.
She's staying busy.
It was a good time to bring her in because I don't know if you know this, but she has been one of our judges in our contest.
Oh, yeah.
So we're lucky to have, you know, in this show just to give us a little more credibility, a two-time Grammy Award-winning, you know, performer.
No, I did the only play at the Warner Theater, which was Ragtime the Musical, and there were quite a bit of talented singers, and I'm just curious if you can name some of the singers or past winners from the last 19 years.
You know, it's funny because I always say, for me, it's a competition. I mean, there's, you know, it's set up as a competition like American Idol, but I tell the performers every year, I don't see it as a competition. I see it as a show.
A showcase.
It's a show, you know, and go out there, put on a show. You win, you don't. And we've had contestants who, some of them have been back 6-7 years with us, you know, they come and go, but they like the show so much. And so I always joke that, you know, from year to year, I don't remember who won the previous year. But because I was just looking at some pictures, I do remember the 3 winners last year. Our first place winner was Charlie McGarvey. Second place was, who was the second place? Lorraine Monge. I don't know if you know Lorraine. And third place was Natalie Garrison. So those were our 3 winners from last year. Previous years, oh boy.
Antoine Johnson.
Antoine Johnson was our very first winner, right?
Oh,
I haven't seen Antoine in years now.
Oh, he was here not too long ago. You know, he's got his entertainment company as well. So, you know, the bona fides that he's got been able to receive from winning that round has definitely been a boost to his career.
Yeah.
Yep.
What have some of the the singers that you've seen, have you followed their career? Have they gone on to bigger
Oh,
and
yeah.
better?
We probably 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago now, we had a contestant, Yumeko Stern, who performed with us, and she has since gone on. I think she just graduated from NYU and is pursuing theater and singing. And I think she's done very well for herself. We've had Mike Tedesco, if you know Mike, he plays in New York all the time. Mike was one of our winners back in the early days.
Mike was, I think he was kind of unique in the sense that he was not only a very good singer, but a very good songwriter as well. And I think that he kind of blended into that New York scene in a way that it was just kind
Natural.
of, yeah. And I think that really brought out, his talents in terms of.
So he went on to New York.
Yeah.
He did, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. So he's done well, and there's been others too who've moved on a little bit.
I forget the one girl she became a Connecticut State troubadour. Who was that?
Yeah. She was very good.
Yes, and I don't know. I can't remember her name right now. Gosh, that's
her.
terrible.
That one.
She was always late, but she was good.
Wow.
I'm sure by the end of the show we'll
name will pop into your
it'll
head.
be so short.
Yeah.
Now,
unless Donna calls in and tells us what it was.
Yeah, Donna will.
feel free to
Donna
call in.
will. Yeah, give us a call, Donna.
860-361-9985. But
if she calls in though, I mean, I'm going to be like in the other room because I don't want to hear. I can't believe you guys did not know. Because you know how Donna is, man.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
Tell me, what have you seen contestants only from the Northwest corner, or like how far have contestants come from?
Yeah, we get them. That's one of the things that we talked about early on, especially since when we started, we were a park and rec program. This year, we lost the park and rec funding because of the budget issues in Torrington. So, that could have shut us down, but I decided, well, let's see, I talked to Jeff and he said, yeah, he would partner with us. So we decided to go on. So we need to raise money. What did you ask me? I got off track.
Like, where have you just seen contestants from the Northwest corner? Or?
No, we've had them from all over. We got, last year we had contestants from out, like around Summers.
Oh, wow.
Come in from that end. We had a contestant from the Albany area.
Really?
Who came down to compete. So we decided early on not to just make it about Torrington.
Right.
We wanted it to expand it, and that's why we came up with the name Northwest Vocal Showcase to cover the whole Northwest corner. But we've had people expanding even beyond that, which is great. Yeah. So
which is good. It means
the
name, the contest is getting a wide reach.
Right.
Which is great.
Right.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can keep pushing it out and. Continue on there. But it's been a great ride, really. It's went on, as I tell Donna, a lot longer than I ever thought it would.
19 years. Now when and where is this going to be this year?
So we have, actually the most important thing, and the biggest reason I'm here tonight is because we're getting ready to audition for the show.
Okay.
So
audition.
We're reaching out to all those singers out there who would like to come and be part of our show. See, I said show, not contest. Be part of our show. Work with our band, and we can talk about that a little bit too. And that's what we're doing. So on the 29th of June, that's a Sunday, we're going to hold the auditions at Thomaston Opera House. I think right on the stage. So you can call. To register. You can call the Thomaston Opera House to do that. You can also, we have an email address. It's NW for Northwest, NW Vocal Showcase @gmail.com. You can send an email to there and we'll get it that way. And you can also just on the 29th, that's between 1 and 3 o'clock, walk in and we'll just register you there. We're not turning away anybody from the auditions. We may turn away people after the auditions, but not during the auditions. We want you to come out. We want you to be part of this and experience it with us.
And it's open from ages 15 and older.
15 and older. Just saying.
You looking at me like I'm 15 or something. What's up with that?
Or older.
or older. Right here, older.
So my self-esteem is shot, ladies and gentlemen, shot.
And just a little bit about the way the show works. Then after that, so once we hold the auditions, we then move on to a semifinal round, which is where you filled in for me that time. And that is done. We'll be doing it this year at the Seth Thomas Park in Thomaston. We have a DJ with backing tracks to support the performers in that.
Traveling Vin.
We would love to have Traveling Vin back. He did most of the 17, 18 shows that we've done so far. But I can't really get into that now. But Vin, we love you.
We love you, Vin. You know that. You know I love you, buddy.
So the semifinals.
You know, if it was my way, you'd be here.
So I have no idea who they're talking
about.
Now
you got
so the
inside stuff.
Yeah. So then we go on to the semifinals. We do that, and that's where we have our judges.
Yeah.
And they'll give feedback, just like they do in American Idol, and they give feedback to the contestants, give them some pointers. And then at the end of the semifinals, we will select the 10 finalists to go on to the final show. And the finals is on this year, Saturday, August 23rd at 7 p.m. at the Thomaston Opera House. Tickets are $20. Like I said, it's 500 seats, so I'll get your tickets early. And building up to that, too, it's important to note for people who want to compete in this contest and be part of our show, you get to work with the band extensively. It'll start right away. You'll pick songs for the finals. You have to pick 2 songs each. The band will work with you. They start with the first rehearsal will be with Juliet Garrison Kellogg. I think some of you know. She's a great performer. And Dan Koch. Dan's the keyboard and music director for the band. It's the opening night band. They're back with us for their 11th straight year. They will work with the contestants. Each contestant gets an individual 30 minutes with them to work through their song, get some pointers. And then once they go through that, they will come back for a second rehearsal with the entire band. And, just hit that hard and really nail down their songs. So you get all that experience of working with the band and, seeing how it is not only to perform, just walk on stage and perform with the band, but to be involved with the planning of your songs and all of that. And then, of course, the show. And, the opening night band, 11th year, let me just mention everybody who's in it. It's Juliet Garrison Kellogg, Dan Koch. We've got Buddy Griffith, John Toohey, and Scott Kellogg. And Scott's he takes a lot of the lead and actually planning out the show on show day as well. Mixing the music together and what order is going to be in, so you don't have 6 of the same type songs in a row. And so he takes that on. So the band works very hard on this, and we really appreciate them.
That's the aspect of, I think, the event that is both professional and personal development. Because having that time where you can actually work with these musicians and these artists, because it's one thing to get feedback.
Right.
But it's another thing to actually work with the musicians.
Right.
Because they can be a little more direct on your delivery and influence your delivery. Have those cues ready for you. Have those, those music changes set up for you and whatnot. That part of the event, I think, is really the essential aspect of the experience for the participant, because they can take that experience with them long after
Right.
the
And it
event's
gives
over.
them just that experience of being able of coming out of their comfort zone and working with someone new.
Right.
And you know, when you go audition in New York City, you can't say, well, I already have it recorded, or I only want to use my recording, or I only know how to do it if this person's playing. You can't,
Yeah.
you know, you need to be able to have that flexibility and that ability to work with different bands and different people.
Right.
And you know, that goes without saying. That's like priceless.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
working
no, it's
with
good.
working with a live band too is not easy.
Yeah.
And they're a great band.
Yeah.
It's not just a band.
Yeah.
These guys are good.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Now, Casey, tell me, if you remember numbers, how many people have you seen come in to audition before in the past? Like, give me a number.
Well, it's been anywhere, I would say, from probably 45 to some years 18.
Okay.
You know, we're hoping to get more to that higher number again this year. Now with you know, some new life at Thompson Opera House, and pushing, they're going to push it out to they have a list of auditioners that can do their shows, so they're going to push it out. They're going to be great partners. I'm here to push it out here to everybody who's watching this, and we appreciate you helping us do this. Thanks for taking my call that day.
Oh yeah, definitely. Anytime. Every time I see a call or a text from Casey, I'm like, oh, is it an audition for me? Is it a Casey, of course, has been like one of my casting agents here and has casted me in several commercials. So
Casey the caster.
Casey the caster.
Casey
I like
the
that.
caster.
Casey the
Yeah,
caster.
yeah. And it's been great working with him on the different commercials. And my son has a company.
And your son.
Yeah, and my son. He has done he's done one, I believe one or two with me. So yeah.
Yeah, one that I've booked for you.
One with you.
For both of you, yeah. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, at this time, we want to give a little prelude to our proclamation for the Declaration of Human Rights. Culture for a Cause, the producer of this show, believes in these basic human rights. And Coryse, who is the representative for the Declaration of Human Rights, came together with Culture for a Cause to have this proclamation. So we'd like to take this time to share with you our proclamation of the Declaration of Human Rights, brought to you by the one and only Coryse Villarouel.
In the spirit of unity, equality, and dignity for all, let it be known that Culture for a Cause stands as a beacon of hope and harmony, guided by the principles enshrined in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Our mission is simple: to build community through the transformative power of music and the arts. We believe the arts have a unique ability to transcend racial and economic divides, weaving threads of connection that binds us together as one human family. As stated in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, everyone has the right to freely participate in the cultural life of the community, to enjoy the arts, and to share in scientific advancements and its benefits. Culture for a Cause wholeheartedly embraces this principle, recognizing the profound impact of art in touching the hearts and souls of individuals, conveying powerful messages that resonates across boundaries. Through our commitment to creating and supporting community arts projects, we strive to foster a sense of belonging and togetherness among people from all walks of life. These projects serve as catalysts for dialogue, understanding, and collaboration, celebrating the rich tapestry of diverse cultures that make up our society. Furthermore, we dedicate ourselves to raising funds for community, social, safety nets through events that center around these arts projects. By combining the transformative power of the arts with a passion for social justice, we aim to not only inspire creativity and connection, but also to support those in need within our community. Be it further proclaimed that we call upon individuals, organizations, and communities to join us in this mission, to celebrate the transformative power of the arts, and to work together to create a world where creativity and compassion flourish, and where every person's human rights are recognized and respected. In witness whereof, this proclamation is made to honor and affirm our collective commitment to these ideals. We thank you for your continued support. Shake it, make it, and celebrate it. Coco's got the ultimate Caribbean experience lined up just for you. If you're a crafter with a passion for dance, this workshop is your dream come true. Join us as we blend the energy of Caribbean dance with the creativity of carnival headpiece making. First Coco's dancers will get you moving with some energetic dance steps straight from the heart of the Caribbean. Feel the rhythm, let loose, and connect with the vibrant culture through every move. Then it's time to get crafty. Learn how to design and create your very own dazzling carnival headpiece. No experience needed, just bring your enthusiasm and imagination. We'll provide all the materials and guidance you need. This isn't just a workshop, it's a celebration of creativity, culture, and community. Meet new friends, share laughs, and leave not just with a headpiece, but unforgettable memories. So why wait? Sign up now and join Coco's Caribbean Connection. Let's dance, create, and celebrate together. Call Coryse Villarouel at 860-325-0791. See you there.
We're back, ladies and gentlemen, right here at your local cable access, Altice Channel 5, bringing you the best from CT Views. We're here with our guest tonight, Casey McKenna, Casey the Caster.
Casey the Caster. Casey the Caster. Casey.
Producer, host.
Producer, host. Casey the most.
I would say anything for $1, but I don't get paid anything.
Casey, like,
and who just so happens to be my neighbor. I mean, I couldn't move into a better neighborhood. I'm like, Casey's my neighbor.
I remember the day I saw you posted it on Facebook. I saw a picture of the house. I said, wait, I know that house.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But, it's great to have you on tonight, Casey. And because as we're trying to build our portfolio of guests here on the show, it's important that we know who those stakeholders are, because we want to be able to lay out kind of a roadmap for people where they know those venues, those organizations, those activities that are taking place throughout the region where they can participate, engage, and take a lot of their community. So we're looking forward to definitely following up with you and seeing all the accoutrements that the Park and Rec Department has to offer the citizens of Torrington.
Yeah, we can come back and talk about that, and I wouldn't mind coming back and talk about the show once we get past the auditions.
We definitely. I'm interested in hearing all the details. There's nothing like a nice backstage seating to like when you. I think it's exciting just seeing the entire process of something of a show come together from the auditions and all the little, from maybe it's oops that happened backstage to all the wins and just all the different people that auditioned.
I think we have a call.
Oh, we have a call.
We have a call.
Oh, well, look at that.
Let's see what's going on.
Turn that around.
See what's going on here.
What do we have?
You want to get that?
Okay, hold on. I gotta put my spectacles on here.
Yeah, I'll let her do that so she can mess up the.
She wants me to mess it up. Great. Is that it? There we go. Hello.
Hi.
Oh boy.
Is this
Hi,
Donna?
Oh.
Here's the originator, the creator of Northwest Idol Vocal Showcase.
If Casey checked his email, he'd get all the name of the singers.
I knew it. She was going to come with the vengeance. Should have known it.
I called it.
Good evening, Donna. What's going on, girl?
It's kind of funny to watch you at the same time as trying to talk to you. But if Casey looked at his email, he'd see that I sent him all the singers.
Well, Donna, why don't you give us the list of the singers?
Donna, is that recently or like 10 years ago?
Might want to update that list a little bit.
Let's see, what do we got here? I've got 2022 with C.J. Barber.
Yep.
I've got Kennedy Morris was in 2019.
Kennedy, that's
Kennedy is awesome.
See, I did Ragtime the musical with Kennedy.
Oh, with Kennedy.
She was probably like, that was, gosh, my son was 4, so that was 10, 11 years ago. So Kennedy was like
She was a
8 or 9 at the time. And Kennedy's vocal range, she can belt out some tunes when we were doing Ragtime that I was just like, this girl is amazing. And I knew she had to have been a contestant. Now, so did Kennedy win?
Yeah, she won in 2019.
Very nice. And now she's with a band.
And you were asking about people from all over.
Yeah.
In 2017, it was Vivian Jimenez Rijo.
Oh, yeah, I remember her.
She sings all over the place.
I remember her.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember her.
No, wait a minute.
Vivian.
No, I'm sorry. She's a Torrington girl.
She was Torrington, yeah.
Vivian was also in Ragtime with me as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Nikita Waller is the one I was
Nikita, that's
Nikita, there it
yeah,
is. We got
Nikita.
that. She was the state troubadour, yeah.
That's it, yeah.
And then the other one that came back 2 or 3 times, and we like it when they come back because, like Casey was saying, then they get to sing again. But we have Jomo.
I remember him.
Yeah, he's got a great voice.
Donna, call Jomo. Tell him to come back.
Jomo.
I've actually told him to come back. He keeps telling us to do another show, just with all the singers.
Now,
so
Donna,
all the winners.
Donna, isn't Jomo from like Ireland?
No, he's Polish,
Polish.
me.
I knew it was one of the countries over there.
Ireland, Poland.
Hey, he's Polish like me, and I'm proud of him.
Hey, I ain't knocking the nationality. I'm just trying to locate it. Okay.
I hear you.
Yeah.
And then Casey, Sarah Larkin.
Yeah.
Sarah Larkin.
She was one of like the beginning ones. She was way back in the day.
She helped host a couple of times.
Yeah.
And she came back last year.
Oh, she did?
Again, yep.
Really?
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
They come back.
Yeah,
I love the show.
That's great. That's great.
You'll know Bill Benson.
Yeah. Oh my God.
2013.
He has a song when we were doing our Singer-Songwriter Network series. I think it's called Harvest Dance, I think. I'm still trying to get him to sell me the rights to that song, man. It is so, oh my God.
Bill's very talented.
Yeah, man. He knows.
Great
He
guy,
sings
too.
all over now. He's all over the place.
Yeah.
He's a great guy.
Good for him. Good for him. Great song.
Who else do I have here? Jessica. I don't know her last name now, but it was Jessica Storrs.
Storrs, yep.
Oh, Jess.
Yeah. She's a nurse now. She's a singing nurse.
She's like
singing nurse.
She's on the family plan now. Got married a couple years ago, and I think she's a mother now.
Oh.
Yeah,
she is, and she takes care of a lot of cats. She's got that love from the outside.
Catwoman.
Yeah.
Cat lady.
Yep, she's a cat woman.
Cat lady.
So you guys have had some interesting and just a great diverse group of people on the show who have gone on to do some amazing things with their craft. I mean, Kennedy Morris alone, and I know she has a group she sings with now. I follow her. But she's just one amazing singer, and now she's a young woman who's out there making her own waves,
Kennedy, you're welcome back.
Yeah, I don't know if you know Brianna Angle. I don't know what Brianna's name is now, but she's a hairdresser in town. But her father used to be in one of the bands that used to play for us, Night Moves.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was one of our winners. She's got a great voice. She's very talented.
Well, Donna. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
No, that's okay. Just very quickly, we had Sarah McVeary, Anne-Marie Singletary.
Oh,
and
Anne-Marie.
I think you mentioned quite a few other ones. So, I think we pretty much got them all.
Okay.
Nice. Well, Donna, thank you for calling in with that. We really appreciate it.
All right. I figured I had to liven up the show,
Somebody had to.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, we're trying our best over here, but my goodness, We ain't got enough
You're doing a
Adderall
great
in the
job.
house.
Y'all sound good. All
Why,
right, I'll let you
thank you.
go.
Hey,
Have a
Donna,
good night.
see you out real soon. First one's on me.
I think she's gone.
She hung up.
Now, so Casey, you know what I think I would love to do for a
would you?
follow-up show after the competition
Mm-hmm.
is have you and maybe the 3 first, second, and third place winners back on. I think that would make a great show.
From
And
last year, before this year's show, you mean last year, or do you talk about
We can
after
have
we
we
finish?
can do one with the last year winners, and then
Yeah.
we can do one after the showcase is
Yeah,
over.
we can make that happen.
And have you and the winners from this show on.
Yeah, that'd be great.
You know, I think that would make a great show.
And they
That'd be
have to
great.
sing a cappella.
They would have to. Yeah.
Yep. And it has to be a Carpenter song.
Oh.
Man,
Not a Bee Gees?
are you trying to infer something? Jeez. I tell you, man, I can't escape it, man. It's just constant belittling. I mean, constant. The reason why I suggested what I did was because it would kind of allow for those sentimental tones that Karen Carpenter was so known for to be, let's just say, recreated
Okay.
in a way that would give this studio an ambiance that we would never recover from.
Okay.
I know the expectations are high.
That would set the high, that would set a high bar.
The expectations are high.
Just sing like Karen Carpenter.
Why do birds? No, I just heard someone sing that song the other day, and it just brought me back to that moment in time when the Carpenters were just the cat's meow. And the thing about her voice, which I loved, was the fact that it was so simple.
Mm-hmm.
She never overdid it. And when she did do it, she delivered it with impact on everything.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to make a cheesy song sound good. Now, I'm not saying their songs are cheesy necessarily, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Because you take another artist and make them sing the same song, and they ain't going to sound the same. You know what I mean?
No Timmy with Tiptoe Through the Tulips?
I saw him on it. I rode with him on an airport.
Did you really?
On a trip. It was back in the day. I was going from Washington, D.C. back to West Virginia.
Uh-huh.
And he's big. He's like 6'5".
Is he really?
Yes. And he had the same suit on the night I saw him on Johnny Carson in 1977.
And he sang that song.
He might have sang that song, but he sure didn't take that suit off.
Let me tell you. All right, so let's bring things back around to Torrington here.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
So do you know who was in that band when he sang at Johnny Carson?
Who?
Tony Tedesco,
Really?
Oh.
the drummer.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Tony was Tiny Tim's drummer for a while.
Wow.
Tiny Tim's.
That's bringing it way back around for sure,
Yep.
man. That's awesome.
Mike's cousin.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Imagine
Awesome.
that.
Cool.
See?
We want to take this opportunity to give some
talent.
shout outs to local businesses that we want to encourage you to support here in the fine city of Torrington. So without further ado, big shout outs to Dawn's Getaway, located at 24 Winstead Road, Torrington, Connecticut. Christie's Restaurant, located at 545 Winstead Road, Torrington, Connecticut. Health Insurance Services, located at 438 Main Street in Torrington, Connecticut. Wall and Fraunhofer, located at 117 Main Street, Torrington, Connecticut. Soul Latina Cafe, located at 31 Hungerford Street, Torrington, Connecticut. Jimmy's Store, located at 1238 East Main Street, Torrington, Connecticut. 5 Points Art Center, located at 855 University Drive in Torrington, Connecticut. And last but certainly not least, George's Music, located at 905 New Harrington Road in Torrington, Connecticut. And as we prepare to close for the show, we want to give a bit of farewell to our sponsors and thank them once again for their patronage and support. Going to give a big, huge shout out to Toth Insurance Agency, located at 1151 East Main Street, Torrington, Connecticut. Better protection, better value. He can be reached at 860-496-7771 or at Toth at insoptonline.net. Mel Brickman and Health Markets, located at 16 McDermott Ave, suite number 1 in Torrington, Connecticut. Better call Mel. He can be reached at 860-307-1128 or at healthmarkets.com/local-health-ins. The Northwest Connecticut Area Chamber of Commerce, located at 59 Field Street, Suite 120 in Torrington, Connecticut. The Chamber is the place to be. They can be reached at 860-482-6586. And last but certainly not least, Dr. Michael Curry, located at 30 Peck Road, Suite 2105 in Torrington, Connecticut. Pediatric care for over 50 years. Their number is 860-482-8177. Or he can be reached at torringtonpediatrics.com. What do you think?
I think that's good. Jacque, I just got to say in closing, like I said, there were so many things that went on this weekend, from 2 dance shows that I had, one here in Torrington. Actually, we held it at Litchfield Intermediate School, and then I had one in Hartford for the Caribbean Dance Company that I choreographed for as well. And then throughout the weekend, I also attended, did you know there was a fireman cornhole tournament? There was a fireman cornhole tournament at the Elks Pond, and proceeds from that benefit went to Friendly Hands Food Bank.
Yeah.
So, you know, like I said, this weekend was just so packed, so many things to fit in. There's so many happenings, so many things happening between this area and beyond that, you know, sometimes I'm like, I wish I can go there at all, but, you know, try to make it.
Also, we want to let you know about Culture for a Cause and their online fundraising campaign. That'll be, actually, you can probably check it out now on our website. We're going to be participating in the Juneteenth commemoration ceremonies, and we'll be doing our music video release of the song We Gon' Sang, which is done in commemoration to the Juneteenth celebration. So that'll be taking place at Trinity Church Thursday, June 19th. So we want to invite you guys to check it out, and if you want more information on that, please go to the Facebook page at CT Views to catch more deets. In the meantime, thank you so much, Casey.
Can I just give our contact information one more time real quick? Northwest Vocal Showcase. Our auditions are on June 29th at the Thomaston Opera House. You can call the Opera House, Landmark Community Theater at the Thomaston Opera House at 860-283-8558 to register for those. You can also reach out to our email address, nwvocalshowcase@gmail.com. And you can register there as well, or just show up on the day of the auditions at the Opera House, and you'll be welcome there. And, you know, we hope to have some of these. We didn't even talk about one of our really amazing judges who was with us last year. But
next time, we'll have you back.
If the name J-Lo means anything to you, you would like this guy.
Well, Casey, we're going to have you back. How's that?
Yes, definitely.
I'll come back anytime.
Great.
This has been fun.
No problem.
It's nice hanging out with old friends.
And speaking of old friends, you can come back and check out some more old friends next week right here on your local access Altice Channel 5 for CT Views. Say goodnight, gang.
Good night, gang.